All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 18 of the Dunk Dynasty Podcast. Sunday evening session, episode 18 is on deck. The fellas are here. Myself, Panache and Yashanu, Trigger Trey Mitchell is here as well. New nickname bestowed upon the man last episode, the Terminator. Jed Mitchell is also here for the second consecutive Sunday. Our part-timer is not here again. Should have been arrested yet again. Hungover, excused apparently. That's what happens when you're young, isn't it? You enjoy yourself, you go out, you got to live life. Some of us have responsibilities and work on a Monday, but that is okay. Fellas, how is things going? I know you had a game last night. If you're watching on video, we have old mate here who's been cut up on the head. Jed, how's things, man? No concussion? What's up?
Yeah, I was on a footy camp, and then got a little bit banged up. So you called me the Terminator at the start. I'm feeling a bit like the Terminated at the moment, but it's all good. It's all good. Just a bit of a flesh wound, but looking a bit gnarly.
Feels like you've just
This,
been a UFC fight. Or was it main event today? You and Conor
Yeah,
McGregor? I know the
yeah,
Roadhouse movie just came out. Were you fighting at the premiere or?
yeah. I was actually. You should see the other guy.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to
yeah.
do. Tell him that one. Tell him that one. I like to hear it. How about you, Trey? How's things in old the Bay?
Uh, Woke up pretty dusty today, not gonna lie. It's one of those 1 p.m. get out of bed ones, but not feeling as bad as Ethan today. So that's all that matters.
Can't hack it,
Bit of a
man.
big night after.
Needs to get on 75 hard like myself, bro. It's 22 days in, no drinking. I just another 53 days to go. So
Right.
once day 75 hits, I think on that Saturday I won't be recording on that Sunday. No chance.
Can
Yeah.
can you eat pies on 75 hard?
Nah, I don't think so. I've gone all out. I've done it a little bit extreme. I'm not doing any fizzy drinks either, or any lollies or anything like that. So I was like,
What about
fuck.
like zero?
Nah, not even the zeros either. Yeah, the other mates are doing it, but I'm not doing any of the zeros because I'm a fiend, bro. If I have Coke Zero, I want the real thing. Or if I have a V, no sugar, I want the real thing. So I gotta stop myself.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just
53
want to
days,
point
man.
out that Trey looks really happy today. I bet you it's because the Wizards won behind Dini Evier's 22 points.
Yeah,
My boy,
great.
my boy.
Great win by the Wizards over another poverty franchise. So, it was a poverty bowl. I enjoyed watching the second half of that game. I had a bit of a wager on it, and I had to cash it out early because I didn't want to lose. So that's all right. I took some money out, but the Wizards good win over such a great Raptors team, who though contain Grady Dick, one of the all-time jersey swaps. And I cannot wait to see more great jersey swaps from Grady Dick as the season comes to a close and in future as well. But other than that, a lot of other action happening in the NBA this week, action packed. It feels as the season is closing down. Some teams are starting to rise to the occasion. Some teams are starting to free fall, which we spoke about last episode. But a team that we didn't give attention to, the Houston Rockets, 8-game winning streak, another win today. Jalen Green, 41 points. He has been on an absolute tear ever since it got announced that Drea was pregnant, and he has just been cooking the league. Boys, what is our thoughts? Can the Rockets do the unthinkable, come back, make the play-in this season, and catch the Golden State Warriors?
I
Do they
back it.
want to? Like, yeah, it'd be good, but I think you load up and get ready for next season. Really, let
I,
your young players strive for the end of the season.
bear in
Because
mind that they also do not have their draft pick um, for next season. So that's one thing you got to pay. There's no real benefit in them not going all out for it.
And I
Yeah,
think
I
it
suppose a
starts the
bit of
good
a dream for
mentality,
them,
bro.
right?
It starts the good mentality where we're always chasing. Even this season here, there was, if you think about it, there was no real expectation for them to actually make it to the playoffs. No one was ever looking at the Rockets and saying, "Oh, these guys are going to be a play-in or playoff team like solidly." Yeah, it was out there a little bit, but now Udoka's come in. He's transformed them as the season went. I spoke about it last episode where I said if they didn't have that pre-All Star bump in the road where they just started faltering, they would be in that play-in race right now, well closer than the 3 games that they are right now. And I think if they can push now, even if you don't make it, you start with that mentality where it's we want to win every single game. We're not going to go out there to try tank, to try lose. We are a winning team. And Udoka, he's built like he's one of those sort of coaches. He's not a let's lose games. He's a I want to win every game. Every game means something. And you can see this last little stretch here, 8 games in a row. We'll see how long it can extend though.
So yeah, I think it's a little bit of overreaction though. You'll wait another 5 games, Jalen Green will be back to his same old self, shot chucker, 10 points a game. He's having a good stretch. He did the same thing last year. I think he even did it the year before too, where he just had an amazing stretch at the end of the season. But he always returns to himself.
Even though they're getting some crazy performances from him, like today, you look at him and Fred VanVleet combined for 17 of 26 from 3. I think it's a good trend. Like what's probably more important for them, I back them. I want them to go for the play-in spot, and I reckon the Warriors should feel a bit of stress because the Warriors also have to play more games at the end of the season than everyone else because they have to make up for the 2 games that they missed with the death of their assistant coach. But yeah, I think it's just if you build that winning culture like PC it's going to benefit you so much in the long run. And like with a player like Shingu now, it's also great because now the other players are having to step up, which means next year they're going into it with more players have more minutes, and they'll have a lot more clarity of who's going to be able to step up. So I back it, and I'm excited to see what happens. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Rockets team, I love a underdog running and going for glory.
I will say though, but Jalen Green still only 22 years old. So even with the inconsistent patches that there's been, I'm still holding out hope that at some point in time, whether this is the beginning of consistency from game to game, or if next season's the season where that consistency builds, hopefully at some point in time he's able to give us like a Shea. Maybe not 31 points a game all the time, but he can give us 20, 25 points a game each time. What is going to be fascinating, though, for that play-in race is that the strength of schedule now becomes that key because you've got the Rockets, 11th. They've got the 11th easiest schedule going forward into this last 14 games. The Warriors, obviously, I think now have to play 17 or 18 because, like you were speaking about before, have to make up on the games. 23rd on that scale. So if you have to play the Timberwolves, they have to play the Pelicans, the Heat, the Mavericks, who are also in that play-in. So now the Rockets, these games here, they've been having a lot of, they played the Wizards, I think, twice. They're playing the Blazers next game. I think they play the Blazers again another time. If they win those games in there, they have to play OKC, but let's be honest, you're probably going to lose that game. These other games, if you can win these, now it becomes it becomes very fascinating for that number 10 because, man, the Rockets in there it's just a fireworks team where obviously playing anything can happen, but especially with a team like the Rockets coming in where they're just going to be on a hot streak, those are the teams that can easily sneak up to come into the 8th seed. Let's say if you play the Lakers, you can beat them because, bro, you got nothing to lose. You're on a hot streak. You're the team literally right now that is on fire. Obviously against teams not as good a competition, but you'll have that momentum and may carry you into the number 8 seed come play-in time.
Yeah, and the Warriors' schedule, like you mentioned, it's one of the harder ones to finish the season. But normally at the end of the season, when teams start to rest players, you can kind of snatch a few wins against those top teams. The hard teams that the Warriors are going to be facing, they play Dallas twice, they play Houston, LA, New Orleans, Orlando, Miami, and Minnesota. Those are the hard teams. A lot of those teams are going to be fighting for seeding, so they're not going to be resting their players. So I think it's going to be real interesting strength of schedule wise because the Warriors are going to have a target on their back and there's not really going to be many nights off for them, and I think people are still sleeping on the Rockets, so they might be able to snatch a few more there. So their schedule might even get a few more easy benefits. Yeah, but the Warriors, it's going to be a tough task, but it's hopefully it comes down to the final few games.
Yeah, and going forward though, now with the Rockets, I said it last episode, that's my team for next season, where I think they're going to come in and jump in and make a splash and be in the playoffs. I said they're going to be in there firmly. I think they're going to be up there as a 6th seed. That's still my prediction for next season. But for yourselves, what's your guys' outlook on the Rockets for come next season? Do you think that where do you think they're going to be, especially once they get Şengün back and they have another off season with Udoka in that system? They'll get some other free agents. Let's say Steven Adams actually is going to be there fully healthy for them next season. So what's your thoughts on them come next season? Where do you see them being in March next year?
I don't think they really need to sign a free agent. They just need to develop the players they got. They've got a lot of talent on their team. Like Jalen Green, hopefully he can keep this more consistent. Like he's had flashes, but Men's starting to look pretty good. You got Fred VanVleet, the veteran on the team. Şengün is going to be an all-star next year for sure, probably.
Yeah, Thompson playing the 5 as well. Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic.
Like a PJ Tucker, eh?
Yeah. It's gonna be a great off season for them because they're gonna go into this like off season with optimism. Like they're gonna be like, oh, look what we did at the end of the season. They're gonna be like, they'll be all locked in. I think there'll be a lot of buy-in to what Udoka, fuck, I'm botching that one royally. Into what he's saying, and I feel like it's gonna be on the right page. But then also on the flip side of that, having this late season success is gonna probably. They won't be able to sneak up on as many teams next year because there's going to be a little bit more attention on them next season. Whereas if they just come out hissing and roaring next year, they might have caught a few more teams off guard. But I think people are going to start to pay attention to the Rockets. But I would expect them to be a lot better, and I would probably still have them in the playoff play-in picture next year. But yeah, going down the line, they'll probably sneak into that top 6.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, though, the Miami Heat, the Miami Ice, the Miami cold, freezing. Elsa must have made her way into Miami because it is ice cold over there. It's freezing. Miami, I know Stephen A. Smith said all the time he wants to go to Miami for the finals because it's nice and warm. It's cold. It's cold right now. Things are looking bleak and bad for the Heat. I don't know if I've seen the Heat like this for a long time. They are one of the worst teams in the NBA playing at home right now, and 4-6 in their last 10 games. But even that, since they traded for Terry Rozier, 27 games that they've played, 13-14 in those games. It feels like they've had so many injuries. Duncan Robinson's missed time, Tyler Hero's missed time, Jimmy Butler's missed time, Bam's missed a few games here and there. They haven't been able to really replace Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. They lost in free agency. Things are looking bleak. What are your thoughts on the Miami Heat and how they're going at the moment?
You didn't really do it justice just then. You said 4-6 in their last 10. Do you know how many of those wins have been against the Detroit Pistons?
2, no?
3.
Wow.
3 of their last 4 wins have been against the Detroit Pistons, and one of them was a 104-101 win. I think
game winner by Bamelius Adebayo.
Yeah, I think it is just they've been a team this year that's been streaky. Like everyone's kind of like, I'm not selling my Heat stock yet because it's the Heat. We know what the culture's about, but I just don't see it this year. Like they've got a good future piece with Hami Hakes, but I don't know. I just don't think they've pieced it together this year to really threaten anyone or be that team that they have been in the past. I'm selling my stock, and I'm saying it now. Yeah, I'm not high on the Heat, and I don't think this trend will continue. But I definitely do not think it's a good sign.
I'm a little bit down on the Heat at the moment, but I'll never, fully pull out on them. You never know what they can do in the playoffs. They got the best coach in the league, Spo, man. He'll find the way. He always does.
Not for me, not anymore. Well, I think he's right there. I've still got him. I got him a 2-way tie. I've got Udoka and Spol tied. That's my coach rankings as to best. But the Heat, the Miami Heat, I do enjoy watching this downfall. It's been good because what have I said about Jimmy Butler? All people, you guys all want to laud the praise on him. Where's Jimmy Butler, guys? Where is he? Where's Jimmy? Where is he? The guy that you guys all praise and put all the glory on. Where is he? Your team's struggling. Where are you, man? I thought that's what playoff. That's what If you're playoff Jimmy, you got to get to the playoffs first, man. Don't think that's happening. But even with the Heat, bro, I think it's just they've had a little bit. They've been a bit unfortunate with some of these trades where Donovan Mitchell, they tried to trade for him, lost out on that deal. It feels like no one wants to trade with the Miami Heat, or maybe they don't want to trade with Pat Riley. They missed out on Donovan Mitchell. They missed out on Damian Lillard. And that's kind of affected them, I would say. And then also you see free agency losing Strus, losing Gabe Vincent. I don't know what the thinking was in terms of replacing those two. I don't think they've been able to do it very well. And then Tyler Hero, I still man, we got to get some games in here, or we got to start talking about Tyler Hero missing games, because 5 years in the league, first year misses 27 games, second year 18, third year 16, last year 15, this year 34 games. You're the second best, third best player on the team. The team misses you. You have to play. When you play, they actually play very well. They need shot creators, guys that can hit the three ball. And Tyler Hero is just never there for them. And I think it's getting to the point now where I think the fans, Miami Heat fans, are getting impatient, because it's like, we're not making trades because we don't want to trade Tyler Hero. But do we want to? But then sometimes we want to put him in a deal. It's time I think at this point, with the games missed and what you can get for him if you package him in a deal, you need to start thinking about, pushing him off or trading him away.
They just need more tradable assets at the end of the day. I think the problem is they go, oh yeah, we'll trade for Dame Lillard, and then they're like, oh, we'll put Tyler Hero in that deal. But then Tyler Hero himself is not going to land you at Dame Lillard.
Yeah,
they refuse to trade him. I feel like they just need to get more assets and be more realistic about what they're going to have to offer to get a superstar. I feel like they almost just expect to get someone with what they have, and I don't think no one in the NBA is handing out favors, and the what you get for first round picks has kind of been devalued over the last few years, just with the amount of first round picks that have been thrown around. So it's not like they can really make it up with thrown in first rounders. I think they just need to be more realistic and just get some more pieces, get some more tradable assets, and then just throw the Hail Mary and try to land someone that can put you over the edge, because this team here is not going to get you close to winning a championship. Like the team last year got you to a final, but they were still well short of being close to what was needed to win a championship. Whether that was they didn't have enough left in the tank, but I just think it was because they weren't good enough. They just weren't. They were at the NBA Finals level, but they were just they were visitors. They were doing their White House tour. They weren't visiting the White House. They were getting the guided tour, paying visitors. They were they might as well have been in the stands.
They were just passengers.
I think you have to win the championship. I think you have to win the championship to go to the White House.
No, but they can visit as tourists.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They got their little day pass. Pat Riley organised the trip. That was their preseason camp.
Yeah, you seen the movie with Jared Butler and Jamie Foxx, that presidential one? Yeah, you can get yourself a little pass. Come tour the White House. Come do your thing, man. That's what they're doing. That's what they did in the finals last year. I agree. That team, even getting there, it was a bit of a, I don't want to say miracle. They got there, but you had a lot of players that overplayed or outplayed what their standard was during the regular season. Like Max Strus and Gabe Vincent felt like they were unconscious. There was no Tyler Hero, yet they still managed to just make their way there. Because Jimmy Butler in the first round was that guy, and then second round conference finals he had couple of games where he was that guy, then other games where he was maybe because that was the ankle injury. But I think
at the end of the day,
they've just been all over the shop, bro. Even Caleb Martin last season as well, along with those other guys, cooked. Now this season, it's not like the playoffs anymore. During the regular season, he's not giving that same production.
Do you reckon when teams now trade with the Heat, they kind of know that the Heat culture kind of elevates a lot of players to the absolute peak of their abilities in some of these games. So players, teams that are trading with them are kind of that's probably up there with the best we're going to get out of this player. There might be the odd player who fits an opportunity better, but it's probably I would imagine that there's that kind of. It's like other teams are more resistant on pulling the trigger on some of these guys that are just hustle guys.
Yeah. Because are you really well? Tyler Hero's a legit guy. He's
a legit
legit.
guy.
But there's other guys who have been snipers in the playoffs, and then you go, okay, how is this guy gonna working out to him?
You're huge on Duncan Robinson, aren't you?
Yeah, I am very much so. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think as a spacer 3-point shooter, I think his game will translate to any team.
Yeah, so I would agree, but I'm not on the level where I'd call him like a just shooting alone. I wouldn't put him as a top 3, top 5 shooter in the NBA, but I feel like you would.
Oh, you don't think he's top 5?
I don't know. I just don't see
Name
it.
5 better shooter.
Well, you got Curry. That's just default.
Yeah.
You got Buddy Hield.
Yep.
I'll probably put Clay in there. I'll put KD in there.
No. Just straight shooting, not all the other all this
KD's a bucket.
scoring. Just straight shooting alone. Only shooting.
KD doesn't even average like 2 threes a game or something. Like less than 2 threes a game, doesn't he?
Like KD, I'm not talking about scoring. If we're talking about score, like overall score, I'd say KD 100%. But just only shooting, strictly shooting.
I'm gonna be a little bit biased, and I'll put Isaiah Joe on that same.
Oh no! Okay, you're going too far. You're going too far.
No,
you're going too far.
Purely shooting.
Jed, have you seen Duncan Robinson shoot the ball? This guy is literally.
Have you seen Isaiah Joe? He's like a.
I haven't seen it, probably because he's on the bench all the time. Not compared to freaking Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson is that guy.
So we'll go.
What about the 2K god, Corey Kispert?
We'll take that comment back because that was just disingenuous. But Steph. So you got Steph.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah.
You've got Damian Lillard.
Shooting alone, only shooting.
Shooting, yeah.
Dame, he won the 3-point contest.
So we got Dame, Clay, Buddy Hield, Steph. That's the 4. Okay, that's better than Duncan. No, not better than Duncan Robinson.
I don't know. I just feel like Duncan Robinson for me is just similar to like a Grayson Allen. I just don't.
Who's the fastest player to reach 400 threes in the NBA? Tell me that.
Oh my god! Just pop it with a stat like that.
1,000, isn't it?
It's 1,000, 400, 1,000, any number you want to name between 1 and 1,000. I'm pretty sure he's got it. Well, actually, maybe not the top.
He's got 385 games to get to 1,000.
He's a career 40% 3-point shooter. Like, good job. That's not like, I don't know. I just don't think that's enough to qualify you as like a top 5, current
career 40% shooter. How many 40% shooters are there in the NBA? I'll tell you, not that fucking many.
Do you know who's a career? do you want to know who's a career 40% 3-point shooter?
Please say like Shaq or like Dwight Howard.
No, I'm pretty. I need to fact check this before I say it because I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, say Isaiah Joe.
Say it.
Trader Joe.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna say. It's got it right here. Yeah, same career 3-point shooting percentage as Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams.
Anyway, with the Miami Heat, what do you think can happen for them? Because I look at that team and I go, they try. I think they tried to trade for Terry Rozier to get an additional shot creator. I don't think he's done what they thought he was going to do or have the impact that they thought he was going to make. And looking forward, what are the prospects here? Because someone has to. I think with Tyler Hero, the time probably is going to come this offseason where you say Jimmy Butler's going to be 34, 35. Bam, I think has made strides and taken leaps each season for the last 2-3 seasons. He's now started to shoot the 3 ball. I'm like, whoa, here we go. So maybe let's cash in and say, Tyler Hero, you're 23, 24 years old. Yeah, you don't match the timeline of us wanting to win now. Maybe with the games missed and everything, let's package you away. If we can get what we think we can with you and maybe a couple other things, let's go out there and see what we can get for you.
Hey, man, Jack Golke, he's going to be in the buyout market soon. Miami Heat will sign that guy out straight away.
Yeah. Well, also, you got to remember, like, they're going to have to transition into the post-Jimmy Butler phase at some point anyway. Like, that's coming to an end soon. So you got to, like, you kind of got to, I think you probably you sit this season, next season, and you evaluate and you time your strike. I think that's the best way to do it because you don't really know what's going to be available on the market and what this team's going to look like. Hami Hakias could be, he could be your number 2 guy on a championship team. Maybe if he develops the way that they kind of envision for him. But yeah, I think I don't think they have to go all in this summer because I don't think an all in trade's going to get. I don't think there's a trade out there that's going to get them into championship contention. I think they look at it and say, okay, what's our post Jimmy Butler kind of era going to look like, and then they time it well and they try to strike then. That's my take on it.
Strike when the iron is hot, if the iron does become hot. But shout out to Cole Swider. Got to watch him since the Heat had absolutely no shooting yesterday against the Pelicans. They said, let's bring on Cole Swider. He looked like a bit of a science teacher. I was like, but it's typical Heat player where you think a guy just is not anything, and then all of a sudden he comes on, hits 3 threes, and you go, it's one of those Miami Heat sort of players again, isn't it? So shout out to him. Good game against the Pelicans, 14 points, done his thing. Lost to the Pelicans, the Heat did, and now the home record gets worse. You're heading into the play-in for the second or third straight year now. Yeah. Jimmy Butler era, you got into finals twice, 0-2 in the finals. I don't know how successful you rate the era. Maybe you say, okay, we got to the finals, that's a success. But yeah, I don't know what they can do going forward other than if they can get someone through a trade. So it'll be interesting to see how these next this offseason unfolds for them because, like I was saying before with Tyler Hero, at some point in time, the games must become too much and the best ability is availability. And if he's not available for when you need him, which is during the regular season come playoff time, maybe it's time to, find a way to get to part ways. But, that is that.
Agreed.
But also looking into this last patch of the season, we saw it start today, and no, actually started before that. The Celtics have been doing it a little bit, but the Nuggets did it today with Jokic and Murray out with just random injuries that popped out of nowhere. Teams starting to rest their players, especially players that have already met their All NBA obligations or requirements, whatever you want to call it. How much of that do you think is going to continue to happen over this last 15 games of the regular season? And essentially, who do you think is going to do it? Who do you think can afford to do it as well? What's your thoughts?
I didn't really expect it from the Nuggets, to be honest, because they're still chasing the number 1 seed. Like they only beat the Trailblazers by 2 or 3 points today. You need to be winning as many games as you can to get the number 1 seed by the end of the season for the home court advantage. I guess they've just realised now that they're not going to get the home court advantage over the Celtics, so they're not really too hung up on it. But, not sure any other players to rest. Probably just the Celtics resting players, I'd say, for the rest of the year.
I'd imagine the Celtics, the Bucks will probably do it at some point. I can't imagine the Cavs. It's still close between the Cavs and the Bucks, but I can't imagine there's going to be too much more that can be done there. I also think the Knicks will be cautious when they can be. If they get a little bit of separation, they will. But
you know who their coach is?
Yeah, but also they've just had an awful season with injuries. Awful season. But, yeah.
That reflects on the coach too.
I can tell you one player who's not going to be resting. That's Mikal Bridges.
500 straight games, bro. More straight games than Embiid's played games in his career. That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
My goodness me.
But on that note, you said before, now that players are reaching the 65 games, has not made as much of an impact this season as we thought it was. We talked about it heaps when players are missing games early, but it was only relative to Joel Embiid and whether he'd be eligible for MVP. I'd be absolutely shocked if anyone was considering him for MVP if there was no eligibility rule with the amount of games he's played. But yeah, I think it's been not as harmful to these players as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Lots of players, the top players at least, feels like they've been playing a lot more, which is great for us as fans. If you're a head coach like Mike Malone, like Joe Mazzulla, Doc Rivers, Tyronn Lue, all these coaches of top teams, Chris Finch even, if you have the opportunity to rest your players against these smaller teams that are not as good as the opposition, you need to take that time. You need to take the opportunity to rest your stars if you can. And then secondly, it's also something for you where if you can play them in those games, you get to almost evaluate them to see what your trust level is in them. Because inevitably, there'll be times where your stars will get into foul trouble. They won't be able to be out on the court for as long as you want them to. And these other guys are going to have to step up. So if you have that confidence to see it already in the regular season, even if it's not against strong opposition, it still gives you some security in your mind to say, okay, let's say if Jokic does go down, I know I can put Aaron Gordon as my small ball five, or DeAndre Jordan can come in as a normal five, and we can do something. So it's good, but the rest is going to be interesting. I don't think teams are going to be, you're not going to have the same thing because some teams obviously are fighting to get in the play. And the playing team's no chance, obviously. But yeah, these top guns like the Nuggets, I think, especially if you're trying to aim for that home advantage in the West, you will see how many more of those resting games you can afford.
Yeah, 100%. And like at the end of the day, there's like the coaches need to figure out what's gonna work, what's not gonna work when their star players are out. Like there is scenarios in the playoffs where players can get injured, and then the coaches they're not gonna have to want to figure it out on the fly. So at this point in the season, if you earn yourself the opportunity to actually go out there and see what it's gonna be like, you 100% have to educate that. And it's just that I think if you can afford yourself the opportunity, it's the smart thing to do. But if you can't, then that's just the nature of the game. You just do well with what you have.
It's got to be. That's a good thing I like about this season, though, especially in the West. Well, actually, probably in the East too, where everything means something. I think the play-in adds that dimension where everything means something. So every game also means something because especially in the West, 1 or 2 losses, a 2-game losing streak, especially for a team like the Mavs, the Suns, the Lakers, the Warriors, means something different because 1 to 2 game win streak means dropping from 6th to 10th. So yeah, it's either getting solidly in the playoffs or one and done opportunity. So it's going to be very interesting, but nice to see. Competition brings better watch for the fans. Looking at some of the players, though, of some of these teams who have been out for a while, we've got guys like Joel Embiid, Julius Randle, Karl Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, who was out for a long period of time and then now came back, then got injured again. I think this time was a nasal injury. Out of all these teams, which team needs their star back the most? And if they get their star back, how far do you think that team can go? Depending on what team you pick.
But it's probably the Cavs, like the 76ers have gone too far, they've slipped out. Like obviously Joel Embiid is the most important to the 76ers. But do they need him back now or do they just keep him out for the rest of the season and then just try run it back next year? I think Donovan's impact on the Cavs is significant. Big loss to them. They've been playing pretty bad without him lately, and he's missed the most, I feel like.
Yeah, interesting that you say. I feel like the clear answer here is which team needs their player back the most. It would obviously be the 76ers. They're not going to... Their chances of doing anything without Joel Embiid is like next to zero. Like it's not great. But I think I do agree with Trey somewhat where he said at this point what really it's probably too little too late. Like they'd have so much ground to not so much seeding wise, but like so much ground to recover to get them reintegrated and get the team to the peaking part where they're actually competitive in the playoffs. I think there's too much ground to cover there. I would say my team that I reckon would stand to gain the most, I'd probably have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just with like they were the number 1 seed for pretty much the whole season. As soon as Cat goes down, they're not falling rapidly, but they're just kind of slowly dropping down. It's been great for Anthony Edwards. He's really not come out of his shell, but he's really had some some amazing games, and he's really like shown what he can do long term. But I think if they're gonna really push it this season, I think they're gonna need Cat spacing out there. I think getting Cat back in that Timberwolves team, that'll be really interesting in the playoffs. And it'd be really good to see what they could do. They're 6-4 in their last 10 games, which is not terrible, but still a step where they're behind where they have been. So yeah, my team definitely the Timberwolves. I think their ceiling drops a lot without him.
MVP Embiid. Easy money for me. Easy money for me. Easy
Damn, a third
money.
game MVP, that'd be the first ever.
26-8 with Joel Embiid. What's the record without, you may ask? 12-24. There you go. There you go.
That is
On pace to be a
wild. That
60
is
win
insane.
team. On pace to be a 60 win team when Joel Embiid was playing, and he was averaging 37 points. Oh wow, that they are even as good a coach as Nick Nurse is. I don't even not even his coaching could help out. Yeah, this team without Joel Embiid, because I think different guys have tried to step up. Maxey obviously supposed to be the main guy. I think he's had some good games in there. Tobias Harris, I think, has just been a little bit inconsistent. Against the Lakers, for example, he gets 20 plus points, but then other games when they play the Hornets or the Pistons, it's, we're putting up an APB for it. Like, where are you? Come search and rescue. Please come and help Tyrese Maxey. Oubre's in there, but Oubre wasn't bought to be the number 2 scorer. Oubre was bought in there to be a 3-point shooter, good player off the starter or role player off the bench. He wasn't bought here to be the number 2 scorer. And without Embiid, 12-24, these guys are competing for lottery picks without him. And with him, 60-win team. I think if they can get him back for the play-in, spoke about this 6 episodes ago. Canon event, every single NBA champion that didn't meet the requirement of Phil Jackson 40-20 rule. What happened? Canon event. Something happened mid-season. Joel Embiid got injured at some point in time mid-season. Joel Embiid, if he comes back, they'll be in the play-in, most likely. I think if they play the Miami Heat or Chicago Bulls in the first play-in, that's easy money. Come on, they're winning that. Then second game, depending who's going to be in there. Right now, everyone's competing to not be 7th or 8th, but we'll see who ends up there. Let's say, for example, it's the Pacers. Well, I mean, I'm saying the second playing game, because if the 76ers drop to ninth, which, well, actually no, they'll probably stay in 7th, which means they probably have to beat the Pacers in the 7-8 game. I take the 76ers if they have Joel Embiid, which now, if you're 7th seed, who are you playing first round? The Cavs or the Bucks? If it's the Cavs, conference semifinals automatic. 100% if they have Embiid. Conference semifinals automatic. If it's the Bucks, okay, I'll rest my case. They're not beating the Bucks. No, they're not going to beat the Bucks. But if it's the Cavs and second seed, Joel Embiid's going back to the semifinals, probably losing in the second round.
But you're saying this like Joel Embiid plays like he does in the regular season and the playoffs when he doesn't.
Yeah, but
he still averages 25 plus points. Last season was arguably his best playoff run since the bubble one, when he averaged 30 against the Celtics.
All right.
I mean, a lot of people just look at the one series against the Raptors when he got when he was cooked. But other than that, playoff series against the Raptors, when he got cooked by Gasol and what's his name, Ibaka being able to guard him. Other than that, like other playoff series, he's actually been pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's not like the East is exactly like a home run for a lot of these teams this year. Celtics, I feel like they're by far and away the favorite, but all these other teams have weaknesses. The Bucks have been pretty good as of late, but they've still lost some really bad games. So yeah, I do agree with P there, where things fall well, the Sixers can make a run at it. And if they meet the Celtics in the conference finals, like they're going to have so much time. They're going to have built so much as a team at that point where they're going to be a completely different unit, and they might be ready to really take to the Celtics. I don't think they'll win it, but I do. Yeah, stranger things have happened, but I still sit with the Timberwolves. I think for me, it's a little bit too little, too late for the Sixers.
Timberwolves get Cat back. I think now it becomes something, because I just hope, bro. I hope the Thunder finish number 1 seed. I really do. Purely not because I like the Thunder. I hate the Thunder, but I hope they come number 1 seed, so that the second round, if all things, let's say the favorites win, the Timberwolves win first round, Nuggets win their first round series. Second round matchup is Nuggets versus Timberwolves. Give us the revenge or repeat. I want to see that. And it'll be interesting, because if Cat's back by that time, he'll probably need until the second round to be back in full form, full ready to go. That's a good series because they gave him a good run for their money last playoffs, and now this playoffs, another year all playing together, more mature now, another step taken. If Cat's healthy, that's a very good series, a really good series, and that's the thing. That's why I don't understand the Donovan Mitchell one. I don't think Donovan Mitchell does anything for the Cavs to raise them to a level where they can make the second round. Like I think the Cavs are, yeah. I mean, I don't think they go anywhere, yeah, doing much with Donovan Mitchell or
Yeah.
without him.
I think that's a team where the future of that team rests in front office decisions and how they reshape the roster to really make it make sense. Because, yeah, they had a hot month, but they've had hot months before, and this team just hasn't really shown anything over a long period of time. And last year they kind of crumbled in a series which I had them pegged as the favourites. I think a lot of other people did as well. They kind of just crumbled. So, yeah, I'm not really buying the Cavs with or without Donovan Mitchell.
Cavs are in a sticky situation there. Darius Garland's trying his best without Donovan Mitchell, which I will give him credit for. Comes back down to those other dudes though. Yeah, Mobley, what can you do come playoff time? Because they are obviously going to sag off and force you to make shots. Can he do that? Has not shown the ability to do so. So even with Donovan Mitchell, that's why I say as much of an impact as he can make, I don't think the ability that he has is enough to overcome the weaknesses that they have in that front court. Because night and day between the reason why the Timberwolves work is because they have one big that can shoot the ball extremely well at an all-world level, alongside a big who is a good defensive player. Offensively, needs stuff created for him, but that's why it works. The Cavs, for example, as good as well as Donovan Mitchell may play or may not play, it's not going to overcome the fact that Mobley and Jarrett Allen, two guys, non-shooting bigs, it doesn't work. And that's why I just don't think, Donovan Mitchell won't work for me. But we didn't speak about Julius Randle. No one said him, even though we had him on the list as maybe he could do something. But the Knicks, if they get Julius Randle back, I mean, playoff Julius Randle. If we're talking about playoff Embiid, we need to talk about playoff Randle. I don't think he's going to make much of a difference. So it probably makes sense when none of us mentioned it.
I think he's at the point, he's in the basket where it's like, don't really want to spend any energy on it because we all know that it's going to come back to that old saying, like, we want to see in the playoffs. Like, that pained me to say. But I think when when it happens multiple times, it becomes a trend. And to really break a trend, you need to see something that convinces you that, things are changing. And I don't think we've seen enough. But this is a completely new Knicks roster. I think, I'm excited to see the Knicks in the playoff. I kind of like the way they play. It's going to be some really down to the wire games. I think no matter who they play, the team is going to have to beat them in close games. But yeah, another team we didn't mention, the Clippers get Russ back on Monday, so Tuesday for us.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a lot earlier than expected as well, and that's when the wheels really start to fall off. So it's interesting to see if he can bring that energy back, because I think that's something. I think that's probably been a lot of the value that Westbrook has brought to that Clippers team is that locker room presence, which I think if someone thought those words would be said, 3-4 years ago, you'd be saying absolutely freaking mental. But I think it is going to be key for that, getting that Clippers team back on track.
Yeah, because I think he was actually doing him and Norman Powell coming off the bench were developing a good repertoire with one another. They would come in and spell obviously the big three, and they would come in, they would have good minutes with the bench, and I think they were doing an extremely good job. So now getting Russ back, especially playmaking wise, when James Harden's off the court, having Russ back, I think is gonna make a massive difference. And I made a bet on the Clippers to win the West. I don't know why I did that, but I don't know why I did that. I needed better odds, and I wasn't going to bet on the Nuggets because I actually want the Nuggets to not win. I like this trend we've had for the last couple of years, a different championship winner each year. So, yeah, I want to see someone else make it out the West. So I went eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Clippers, here we go. So let's see what they can do.
Nice little run. That's a nice little run.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You don't want the Nuggets to go back to back?
No, I don't, because if the Nuggets go back to back, that means Jokic has a chance of overtaking my favorite center of all time for second greatest center, which is Hakeem for me, by the way, second greatest.
Oh, yeah, glad you made that clear because I thought it could have been Red Rocket. So.
Yeah. Oh, shout
Hey,
out Red Rocker. What a guy.
Yeah.
What a bloke.
One of the most
man.
inspirational humans I've ever had the pleasure of educating myself on. So if you're out there, Wikipedia him.
Yeah. Shout out Red
The
Rocker. What a
source
guy,
of
man.
source of real knowledge.
Yeah. But yeah, fellas, Trey Mitchell. What's up, brother? You've got a bit of trivia knowledge for us this week, man. What you got for the fellas? Update on the scoreboard. Sole leader here, 4 points. Trey and Jed on 3, and Ethan on 1. That's what happens when you're hungover, man. You lose out on points.
Wait, what?
Jed's the leader.
Oh no,
Um,
Jed's tied with me. He's got 4 as well. You won the last
yeah.
one, yeah. Yeah. So Jed's at
Jesus.
4, I'm at 4, Trey's at 3, and Ethan's at 1.
Blasphemy. Can you please apologize?
I do apologize for that, man. I just really just was feeling myself there. Thought I was the sole leader.
Yeah, well, yeah.
This is the one I wrote up last week because I thought I was doing it. But for this week's trivia, we have NBA Defensive Player of the Year award winners from 2023 all the way to the first award in 1985.
Okay.
Is that
Same.
one? what's the rules for us?
So similar concept to, well, same concept as P's MVP award winners. So I've got a star beside all the players that have only won the DPOY once.
Yep.
And that's 2 points, and then the others just 1 point.
Okay. I'm not cheating here. I'm just writing down the years so I can see what years as we go down. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna struggle with this one. So how many is there total?
Oh, I didn't count that.
Well, it's from 1990. What you say? 1990 what?
1985 to 2023.
Holy jeez. Okay. All right. So we go 1 for 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start.
Whoa. Relax, brother. Trey needs to flip the coin, man. This guy, who do you think you are?
Yeah. Flip the imaginary coin and remember that I'm starting.
Oh, I got this bit of paper here, and I'll put a P on this side.
Yep.
And I'll go a J on this side, and the fan's gonna blow it.
Yep.
J starts.
Oh, rigged, bro. This guy rigged this for his family member.
I'm gonna go with Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol is a one-time winner.
All right. I've got oh yeah, because you get extra points for one-time winner. I've got Meta World Peace. He won it as Ron Artest.
He sure did. Yep.
Marcus Smart.
Yep.
That was what year? 2022. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Mm-hmm. He's got a star.
I'm gonna go with Kawhi.
Kawhi, he's won it twice.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Draymond Green, one-time winner.
Yep.
I'm
Sure
gonna
is.
go with Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan won in 1990.
I'm gonna go with Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler won in 2012 as a one-time winner. Yep.
I'm gonna go with Dikembe Mutombo.
Multiple time winner, 4 times.
Yeah, four-time winner, I think.
And he's a 4-time winner alongside another 4-time winner. I think the other 4-time winner is Benjamin Wallace.
Ben Wallace is indeed a four-time winner.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Garnett.
Yep. He is a one-time winner.
I am going to go with Mark Eaton.
Mark Eaton won it twice, I believe.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the dream himself, Hakeem.
Hakeem has won it twice.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the guy who won it once alongside winning MVP alongside Michael Jordan. Give me Giannis.
Giannis did indeed win it once.
I am gonna go with one of my favorite players of all time, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman won it twice.
Good. Okay. It's a little bit tricky. Defensive player of the year. Especially back in those days, had to be a big man, right? Oh my God. Now my brain is getting cooked. Give me pass. Pass.
I'm gonna go Rudy Gobert.
Oh,
Have you seen him? Bro, I was holding on the edge of my seat when you were struggling. I was like, he better say some old head.
I was like, let me just pass so I can save us time.
He is a 3-time winner.
I'm not gonna guess that one, but can I guess Gary Payton?
Gary Payton is indeed a 1-time winner.
Fuck you, man. Oh my God, my brain is getting cooked right now. Yeah, any other clues for any other ones or?
One's a 3-time winner.
What years? Oh, Tony Allen. Did he win?
No, it's not Tony Allen.
But did
I
he
can't
win
tell you. I don't think I should tell you the years because you'll go, oh my God.
What the fuck? You see how bad we're struggling right now? I think we can take anything we can get at this point.
Okay. He got traded to the Lakers after winning 3 times.
He got traded to the Lakers after winning 3 times.
Oh, Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
you got
how
me.
did we let that man?
How did we not get Dwight Howard? Oh, bro, I'm getting my ass whooped right now.
One of the guys was a dog and dropped a career high in the last game of the season to get the scoring title.
Oh,
Dave Robinson.
Robertson. P got that one.
Robertson.
Robinson. How many more big men do we have in there?
How many big men?
Mm.
So you have one in 2014.
Big man.
Yep. One in 2007.
Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah is 2014.
Let's go. Let's go.
And what did you say? One in 2007.
Yeah. I don't think you guys will really get this one.
Alonzo Mourning.
Oh, yes. But he is the year 2000.
Let's go.
Yeah, the first winner was a guard.
Oh, Dennis Johnson. No, Julius Irving. Oh, Clyde Drexler.
No,
Dominic
no. What's that?
Dominic Wilkins.
No.
Ron Harper. Mark Price.
No.
Who was clapping?
He played for the Bucks.
Oh, Michael Redd. No way.
In the
Michael Redd.
Michael Redd. Stop, please.
In the 80s.
Was it my favorite player that I always forget his name? Adrian Dantley?
No.
Oh, this is sad. Joe Dumars. I'm just keep throwing people out now. Joe Dumars.
No.
Oh, did fuck. Oh,
his first name's named after a city.
Michigan.
In Australia.
Of Australia. Oh, Sydney Moncrief.
Sydney Moncrief.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I said that.
P got that. So I think you got 3 left. So
2007.
one is he's not Big O. He is
Little O. What?
What's Oscar's last name?
Robinson.
Oh.
Yeah. What's this fella's first name?
David Robertson? No. Peter said that one.
No.
He's not Big O.
I don't know who this guy is. 1988.
Cliff Robinson?
No.
Robertson.
Robertson, not Robinson.
Scott Robertson?
Oh,
Shout
is
out
it
Rosa.
the New Zealand MP, Grant Robertson?
No.
Oh, is it the New Zealand marathon runner, Zane Robertson?
One of the players, I think he has a record for like the most consecutive games played.
Oh, AC Green.
Well, not
Okay, yeah, well, fucking say which one, cut.
I'm pretty sure he's notorious for playing heaps of games. He played on the Lakers.
AC Green, no?
Nah, 1989.
James Worthy.
No,
Elgin Baylor. Brian Scott.
it was two Michaels
Michael
back
Cooper.
to back. Yeah.
What'd you say? Because all I heard was.
Michael Cooper.
Mini Cooper.
So, 1988 and 2007. So, the 2007 player played for. He's a bit of a road tripper. He played for the New York Knicks, Houston Rockets, Portland Trailblazers, LA Clippers, Denver, and Toronto.
Marcus Camby, I'm pretty sure. I heard Trailblazers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I said Marcus Camby earlier.
No, you didn't.
As soon as I heard Trailblazers, I went, it has to be Marcus.
That was gonna be my next guess, Marcus Camby.
He's the only big I know other than Greg Oden, but that's
Yeah, it also makes sense why he was 8th on the list of highest paid non-All-Stars of all time. By the way.
long career.
Also, 1988. This guy, he spent most of his career playing for the Spurs and the Bucks. And
Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson.
No, his last name's Robertson.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're not getting Robertson.
Luke Robertson, bro, I should have no clue.
What is their first name? What's the first letter of the first name?
Did you say Lou Armstrong? No.
What's the first letter of their first name?
Is it Art Gilmore?
He's named after a chipmunk.
Alvin
Robertson. Bro, I have to get that one.
I said it first. I said Alvin first.
I said Alvin Robertson, so I think I get it. I said the whole name.
Oh, obviously it was Robertson because.
Yeah, that's me.
You didn't know that. He was talking about chickmunks. I was talking about basketball players.
Right.
How many chipmunks are there? I thought there was only. I watched the movie. I know there's three, but
There's 3.
I only know Alvin. I forgot the other name.
There's 3, and then I think in the second one there's some thoughts.
Yeah. The monkeys or something like that. I was like, bro, that is not it. All right, what's our final score, man? Because I'm pretty sure we got
doing the tally up now, mate. Just doing the tally up now. Winner. This is like pretty much by a long shot. Jed, who do you think won?
I know I did well early, and then P absolutely destroyed me at the end. So I'm gonna go P1.
Yeah, P won by a long shot. He got like all the one-time winners.
It's because he doesn't know the real champs.
P had a final score of 24, and Jed had a final score of 16.
That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I got Alvin and I got Marcus Camby, so that means technically it was 22-18. Oh no, Marcus Camby. No, those two were one-time winners, so that means it would have been 22. Bro,
and Michael Cooper. I pretty much gave him
all.
Michael Cooper. Huh?
They would have been 22 all, so I got robbed.
Kids in life, remember, run through the tape. Never give up. Run through the tape. You know who ran through the tape? Me. I ran through the tape. The world didn't believe in us. You know who did? God did. Run through the tape.
I pretty much told you like half the bloody players.
Yeah. Of the ones that we before Trey started handing out fucking participation awards, I was the long shot winner.
Hey.
So
you were not getting Alvin Robertson. Like I was like,
yeah, no chance.
Named after a chipmunk.
Hey, hey, bro. Listen, when you've got a good point guard out there, all you got to do is finish around the basket, get yourself easy points. Trey was a point guard. All I did was just do my Aaron Gordon and dunk the basket and got myself some easy points in there, bro. So shout out to the point guard. If anything, that's on you, bro. That's your brother. You didn't get the telepathy. Like, that's on you, man.
cheers on your bubble championship. I hope you enjoy it. Mickey Mouse.
Hey, run through the tape. Always in life, run through the tape. That's 5 at the top now. 5 points at the top. I'm back solo. I'm back doing my Beyonce at the top of the board, bro. Solo, running solo.
Back with all your friends.
I'm quite surprised with how many people have actually won the award more than once.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
But it's weird. Like, you've got 4, 3, 2. Like, guys who've won them, like, it's not, yes, I thought it'd be a lot more one-timers, but you've got a fair few guys in there who've got it twice, or like Dikembe, and then, what do you call it? The club of 4-time winners is going to be Ben Wallace, Dikembe, and then Rudy Gobert after this season. So, damn.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard, he's won it 3 times. Kawhi's won it twice.
Yeah. Dwight was robbed, I think, of a 4th one in there as well.
I thought Draymond Green won more than once when I was writing this out, but nah, he's a one-time winner.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when I post this on Sporkle, because all these quizzes are going to be posted on Sporkles for the listener there. And then it gets done for plagiarism. So
that's going to be good. Yeah, if you are listening, by the way, yeah, Jed has got all the different trivias that we've been doing at the end of these podcasts on Sporkle. So Dunk Dynasty Pod on Sporkle. Go follow us. Go do some of our trivias. Go share it around. See if you can beat your friends on Sporkle as well. See if you can beat us. See if you
can do better than us and the public. Our first ones, we put up 100 plays in the first 24 hours. So, it's good to say. Good to say.
Get good, man. Get good like us and get good like the rest of them. But getting good. 18 episodes in, getting good, getting better, going well. Thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone again for the support. We're enjoying putting the content out. We hope you're enjoying listening to it. Episode 18 in the books. We'll be back again next time for episode 19. The fellas signing out. Myself, Panache, Trey Mitchell, Jed Mitchell. Catch you later, fellas.
Peace out. And,
Later.
Don't let people snack your wins.
Run through the tape. Always run through the tape, kids.